We moved into this house in 2003. It is now 2025. And thanks to the guys at Stone Granite, our new kitchen looks like this. It's pretty amazing. And even though I was making deliciousness in the old kitchen, the new kitchen is awesome. Let's take a quick walk through the house. So I'm in the living room now, and this is well, here's the dining room table, right? And this would be the dining room. And then this door goes out to the backyard, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little countertop here with cabinets up above, right? So that we can put like a little coffee nook there, all right? So let's back up a bit and go through that again. I'm in the living room. This is the dining room. And you see how the dining room is right next to the kitchen, okay? Now, that wall, we're gonna rip it down. You notice how up here, we've got a soffit. And we cut holes strategically in the soffit to make sure it's empty, because we're gonna get rid of that soffit. And then we're gonna put cabinets. Instead of 30-inch cabinets like we have now, we'll have 36-inch cabinets. They'll sit a little higher, so I have more clearance here to work. And then there'll be a little bit of crown molding at the top, so we'll have more storage in those cabinets, because that soffit space is just wasted space. This is something I was forced to do, and I hate it. Spices should never be that close to the stove. You know, the heat, I mean, it doesn't really ruin them, but the heat could ruin the spices, okay? This is another fatal error, and I'm gonna go downstairs and get my big pot to show you, but a microwave over the stove is horrific. Not to mention that it doesn't even vent outside. So this is the third microwave we've had since we moved in, because just boiling water, the steam from the water messes with the electronics, and then the microwave doesn't work anymore, okay? Again, I showed you that sink, right? And it's not really centered in front of the window anyhow, but what we're gonna do is move the sink into the corner, and then that's gonna give us a whole lot more counter space here. Now, would I like to have a 36-inch range? Sure. Do I need it? No. But we're gonna replace that microwave with a hood that goes out, and it's gonna be higher, right? And then we're gonna use the same material that we use for the countertop. We're gonna use it for the backsplash. This way there are no grout seams on the backsplash. I never noticed, but like this grout here is darker than this grout here because it's really hard to clean it. And you know, that could be grease splatter or whatever, we don't know. Since the sink is gonna go here in the corner, this cabinet's gonna actually be a little higher, right? And then we won't have the problem here that we have with the Lazy Susan, because the Lazy Susan kind of wastes space anyhow, but that'll be under the sink. And then we'll have a little area right here where that air fryer is to put the dish rack. So much more efficient design. The fridge is the fridge, you know, it is what it is. It's deeper than the cabinets. You know, I didn't know anything about buying a slimmer fridge so that it fits flush with the cabinets. It does kind of fit flush with the wall, so that's okay. But I wanted a big fridge so I could fit more crap inside of it, right? On this side, we're gonna have, you see how we've got this like IKEA table here. We're gonna have a countertop that replaces that IKEA table, but it's going to L, so it'll be like a peninsula. There'll be cabinets up top there, and this thing is gonna go away. So all in all, we're gonna have a whole lot more storage in the house. And you know, this is gonna extend out a bit, so we can put a couple of bar stools there. So it's gonna be a whole lot nicer. But again, and we're gonna keep the appliances until they break. But I mean, these are the pet peeves I have with the kitchen as they are. The handles, There's no hood that vents out the soffit. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't care if this is not quartz or granite, but you know, I mean, I've been making great food in this kitchen since we moved here. Oh, the other thing is, we did the recessed lights a few years ago, but this little hole right here, that used to be a ceiling fan. Oh, big mistake in the kitchen. Never, ever put a ceiling fan in the kitchen. You know why? As you're sprinkling salt and that fan's on, it's blowing the salt all over the place. Or it could even mess with the burners, right? So ceiling fan in the kitchen, big no-no. Now, we are experimenting here. There used to be a door right there that goes down into the TV room. And we took the door off just to see how we like it. I kind of like the door there because with the door there, if somebody's watching TV up here and somebody's watching TV down there, it kind of shields the noise a bit. Also, you know, from a cooking video standpoint, I guess it doesn't matter, except that if Leia's downstairs watching TV while I'm trying to make a cooking video up here, I'm going to hear her noise. So that's not cool. And also, you know, if I go down there in the middle of the night, I can bring Lola down there with me and close the door, and then she can't run back upstairs and bother Leia. But now without the door, I can't stop her from running upstairs. So I like the idea of having the door there, but we might leave it off. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But those are pretty much all of my peeves with the current kitchen. So I don't have a lot of things that irritate me so much, except that that microwave is so low. So this sink is the sink that came with the house when we bought the house in 2003. And that's as clean as it's gonna get, right? Those little marks in there that you see, no amount of scrubbing is gonna get them out. I absolutely hate this kind of sink. When we redo the kitchen, the sink's going to be stainless. That is a 40-quart stock pot. And I used to use it all the time in my crappy little apartment in Lodi. But as you notice here, if I try to put it on top of the stove, you see how the microwave blocks it. Now I have on this range, I have a nice middle burner. So if I didn't have this microwave here, I could put that stock pot right in the middle and I can make stock, you know, 36 hours. I was really surprised how quickly they did the demolition. I mean, they got to this point in like a day. It was crazy. And then the next parts are really amazing. So this is why it was so drafty. They sprayed insulation. Look at that. It's just powder. They sprayed insulation into that wall. So hopefully we'll put new insulation here and that's going to fix all that draftiness. Okay, so this is day one, demolition. So that wall, actually that wall's going to come down too. They're going to redo the vent on the bottom is going to come out the bottom of the cabinets. They're going to put insulation behind there because all that insulation was all destroyed. And you see, now we're down to the studs. Look at this. These guys, this hole, that's just what do you call it? Styrofoam. That goes to the outside. So we got to get this hole filled, right? All these little holes got to get filled. New insulation's going in, new sheetrock, and then the cabinets. Oh, I can't believe, and look at that floor. This is from 1952, this floor. That's amazing. So there was a floor on top of that floor, and all this stuff is going to get taken away. And then they're going to put, what is it called? The concrete board down before they put the new tile down. Wonder board, they call it. But I can't even believe this, right? If you look here, I guess the cabinets were already here the first time. So this floor just went up to meet the cabinets. It's actually pretty nice looking color, but oh my goodness. So, and that whole wall that was here is gone. So what a day, what a first day of demolition. And now the real work begins. So this project actually took 22 days, start to finish. And I'm just taking you through a few photos here of the different stages. And right away, you're going to see they put insulation on, they put new sheetrock up, the wires are hanging out, and the wonderboard is down. They put 2 layers of wonderboard on that floor before they put the new porcelain tile up. So, and everything is level. That's what's critical here. Everything is level. These guys did an amazing job. All right, so now that wall, oh, we'll get there. I'm just taking you across. There's the new plumbing, the gas pipe. But you see that door, there used to be a wall there. That wall's gone. That makes the whole room look like one big room, right? Yeah, this is gonna be great. Let me turn the lights on. All right, so we raised the lights in this room 1 level brightness. So I want to point out here that that porcelain tile goes all the way to the walls. All right, well, it looks crowded now, huh? Cabinets arrived. They're not all in place yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there. There's the pantry, new cabinets. So once that's all in place, the place will look bigger again. All right, let's take you around the room. So the fridge is still here. The crown molding is starting to go up. There's the new light fixture. We didn't put in the bulbs yet. This recessed light has to get moved because we didn't realize how far out the crown molding was going to come. You see how it's coming along nicely. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay, you see how we got the nice pantry there now, some drawers, there's the door, the wall is gone, we've got this nice slim cabinet there, stove goes there, dishwasher goes there, sink is going to go in the corner, and you see how that cabinet is raised up, right? Fridge is going to go back where it came from, we've got some nice deep cabinets, and now we've got cabinets on that wall, and we're going to have a little L. So tomorrow they're going to do the template for the countertop, and then and for the backsplash and everything, because all these walls are going to have backsplash. The appliances are coming tomorrow, so we're going to get the hood, we're going to get the stove, but they're not going to get hooked up yet. So we're coming along. All right, it is coming along. Cabinets are up. Countertop is not here yet. Nothing's hooked up. Nothing's hooked up yet. Well, the fridge is plugged in and we're making ice. But we are coming along. There's the new range. Look at that pantry is nice. Everything's there. We should have countertops in a couple of days. Then we're going to have the backsplash templated and measured out. We're getting there. Maybe next week. Hey guys. Well, we're having the kitchen remodeled, and I think we got a problem. It looks like we've got a poltergeist, because who else would have opened up all those doors and drawers? Holy crap! I have to send this to the paranormal inspectors, because it looks like we got a poltergeist in here. Okay, I said I was going to do this, and I've been neglectful. So here we go. This is the after. Let's go back up a bit. Okay, so here is the living room and the dining room where it separates around that little threshold there. Okay. Dining room table still fits where it used to fit, but this addition of the cabinets and this little countertop with the coffee machine is welcome, because now the coffee nook is there. We've got a nice little cabinet there. The wall that used to be there, where this thin cabinet is, makes the room look a lot bigger. Let's back up again a bit. Okay, so now, where this countertop is where the IKEA table used to be. We've got the 2 stools, but you see now we've got some nice overhang, and you see that nice plug there. We've got USB ports on the outlets, so we've got our iPad charging. Pay no attention to the Tyrone. That is a magnificent Tyrone. I got my little basket there with a couple of onions, nothing to look at there. And again, we live here, right? So there's going to be things on the counter, right? This little countertop area here is very cool because I can put my little spoon rest there, right? We've got a nice little drawer here with some, utensils for the stove. We've got a nice little drawer here, and there's all my baking sheets, if you can see. It's hard to see inside there. And a nice little cabinet here where we've got other little things inside, right? The most important part of this whole renovation, in my opinion, is that hood. I used to have a microwave on top of the stove, and there was no exhaust. Now, no more smoke in the house. The new stove, interesting story. We were not going to replace any of our appliances, but when we went to buy the hood, because I was looking at a different hood, I was looking at Zephyr, right? But they had a special where if you got this range, you get that hood for free, okay? And then I'm going to give you the guy's name. His last name is Berta. I can't remember Russell Berta in Montclair. So there's the rest of the cabinetry. And then this, of course, is my wife's touch, the nice new lights. The other thing that we did is we extended the countertop here by moving that dishwasher over and putting the sink in the corner. This used to be like a dead corner here, but now the sink is there. It makes a lot more sense, right? That cabinet, let's go in there. This cabinet right here is where my spices are. I need to organize them, okay? But that's okay, right? This cabinet here has glasses, not a big deal, right? My wife was very, very insistent on getting these nice drawers. So there's all my gadgets. And I'm not a gadget guy, but those are the kind of gadgets that I've been using. Right here, pots and pans, other pots and pans. So you see, we really had a nice new organization. The fridge is the same old fridge. The dishwasher is the same old dishwasher. And like I said, we were not going to replace our appliances because they were still good. But you see how now we've got a lot more cabinet space, right? And even over here, on top there, those cabinets didn't exist. And then here, more cabinets. And then the microwave is where it kind of belongs, out of the way, down there. Right? And even little things that have nothing to do with the construction of this. This little trash can, right? Here, let's touch it. You see how it doesn't touch the thing and it fits nicely in under the overhang. Okay, let's talk about the details now. My wife really did her homework in designing this. But what I want to point out is the workmanship, right? She wanted the crown molding. You see how that nice crown molding that goes on top of the countertops matches everything. The guys that did the job, though, you see how we used to have these little, I'm going to show you one in the living room, these little pockets with that little molding there, but he painted the inside a different color. It looks a lot nicer now. I know that the crown molding was difficult because the ceiling is uneven, right? But as you can see, everything looks straight. Now, if you look here closely, you'll see how the top of those cabinets don't look even, but I will tell you the cabinets are level. It's the ceiling that's not even, right? So he really did a great job making sure that everything looks as even as possible, given that the ceiling's not even, but now everything is level. the floor. We chose this floor. It's got the nice big tiles. But what we didn't know is that, you see this little threshold here? Our guy had that fabricated. Okay, now watch this. Let's go down here. This little threshold here he had fabricated. And it almost matches the tile, right? So I don't know how he did that, but I think he went above and beyond. Our guy, Alex, went above and beyond with regard to putting this together. I mean, I think he did a fantastic job. Even here, this little threshold here, he had that fabricated as well. You know, there's one little seam there. But I mean, all in all, it looks like, I mean, it's just a much, much bigger space. And again, that's the design that my wife got into. But the guys that did this, Strong Granite, Alex, he worked tirelessly to make this all just perfect. So I'm going to put his contact info, and then even here, I want to show you. You see how the countertops are these 3cm quartz, right? But my wife wanted the backdrop to be the same, so it's all the same. It's all the same material. The quartz in the back is the same material as the quartz on the countertop. And Alex's guy, what's his name, Jose, was able to check it out. You see how the lines on the countertop kind of match the backsplash in their direction. You know, he was able to figure out how to make all that happen. So, you know, all in all, these guys did a fantastic job. And there's only one seam, and that's because we used a smaller slab. There's one seam here, and that's because if we would have chosen the bigger slab, there would be no seams on this. But this is a magnificent, that's my coffee, this is a magnificent work area. And, you know, it's going to be better in my videos, I think, as well. Interestingly enough, you see the color of my coffee matches some of the color in the quartz. And the other day, I was over here. Let's bring the coffee over. I was over here, and I thought I spilled coffee, and I'm trying to rub this up. But it's not. So all in all, I'm loving it. I'm not going to take you into the pantry, but, you know, you see, it's a pantry. Overall, I really love what these guys did. I think they did a fantastic job constructing this, and I hope that this video will be helpful to them. You said, go ahead, say it.
When you work
When you work with, come on.
I love
No,
this.
when you
I
work-
love this, Alex.
No, I say when you work with the strong granite, you don't worry about this one because we're gonna put the nice piece.
Yes.
You have the same material with the windowsill.
It's
Nice
beautiful.
piece, nice saddles,
Yeah.
nice floor,
Yes.
nice cabinet.
You said nice saddle. Point to the saddle.
The saddles is right.
Saddle right there. Yeah. So,
Your head.
this is going to be in the video. So, it took 22 days, start to finish. And Alex is the guy. He smiles every day. That's Jose. He's single, ladies, and it's Strong Granite.